If you weren't aware, there is currently an abundance, and I mean an overwhelming amount, of animation channels emerging, all focused on the incredible digital circus. However, these channels are proving to be detrimental to the show's community for various reasons. Even Gooseworx acknowledges and responds to the numerous situations that arise as a result of these channels. The first incident that caught Goose's attention was when a particular video went viral. It featured a content farm-style animation with a fresh character, a punk version of Jax. Strangely enough, this character captivated the audience, prompting an influx of fan art flooding Twitter. Naturally, since everyone was enamored with this character, these tweets amassed a large number of likes and shares. Amidst all the attention, one cannot help but ponder the consequences of giving into the feverish fascination surrounding this particular character. Surely, expressing admiration through drawings and dedicating an excessive amount of time to obsessively discussing their every move appears to play right into the hands of these content farms. It would be tolerable if the fan community were responsible for creating and sharing this artwork, but unfortunately, it originated from a dubious content farm video. By acknowledging this, the speaker implicitly suggests that this only further fuels the attention towards both the character and the content farm's viral video. Regrettably, it seems that the motives behind these actions are solely driven by gaining popularity rather than genuine admiration for the subject matter. To maintain the integrity of the community and avoid the negative influence of money-driven channels, it is highly advisable to distance oneself from them. Abstain from engaging with their content, mentioning them, or getting involved in any way that could inadvertently boost their viewership. However, it is worth noting that some fans hold a different perspective. They argue that people are simply enjoying themselves, while Gooseworx, a well-known creator, expressed no objections to fan-designed characters. Thus, creating any other character originated by either Gooseworx or a fan should be considered acceptable. On the contrary, promoting characters from content farms inevitably serves to endorse their channels and the ensuing toxic environment. For instance, Gooseworx recently introduced a character named Jaw, who portrays Jax's malevolent twin sister. This serves as a prime example of the negative impact such content farms can wield. Rabbit, on the other hand, was the dark reflection of Jax, exhibiting an evil nature that contrasted with Jax's carefree and occasionally disrespectful demeanor. As the character gained traction, people began to create their own drawings and share them on Twitter. Gooseworx, appreciating the artistry and the positive reception, actively engaged with these creations on the platform. It was evident that Rabbit had struck a chord with audiences for all the right reasons. Her character was intriguing and did not promote anything negative, unlike those content farm channels which faced criticism from the community for their detrimental impact. However, this unexpected success eventually became a double-edged sword for Rabbit. She attempted to encapsulate the entire situation in her own comic, which she later opted to remove from her Twitter account, likely due to the negative feedback she received. In essence, her comic conveyed a message about the audience's double standards and her perpetual struggle to meet their expectations. It portrayed the challenges she faced, where content farm channels were condemned for their harm to the community while she, no matter what she did, seemed unable to please everyone. The incredible digital circus Gooseworx then tweeted expressing her dislike for them and her preference for people not to create videos or drawings featuring these content farm characters. In the third panel, she emphasizes how people tend to change their opinion, telling Gooseworx to let others have their fun. While it may be true that people have the right to draw these characters, Gooseworx wanted to point out that promoting these characters ultimately supports the content farm channels, which is not favorable for anyone and can potentially harm the show. Interestingly, one fan suggested that Gooseworx should issue copyright strikes against the content farm channels. In response, Gooseworx questioned what actions could be taken, as the incredible digital circus does not have control over those channels. Additionally, she hinted at an unspoken rule regarding copyright strikes. It has always been discouraged to dislike videos, and rightfully so, as it could lead to potential lawsuits if the content creators start issuing copyright strikes. These channels that run content farms could argue that their use falls under fair use and take legal action. Considering some of these channels generate millions of views daily, they have the financial means to pursue a lawsuit. The amazing digital CCUs currently needs all the funds it can gather, as animation production is costly, and diverting money towards legal battles would be an unwise decision. They have no choice but to tolerate these content farm channels. Of course, if she were to start copyright striking videos she simply dislikes, it would definitely stir up some negative responses. Some of these content farm channels, however, are not as innocent as they seem. Some of these videos are exceptionally worse than the others, and I will elaborate on that shortly. However, Gooseworx has previously received these videos and voiced her dissatisfaction with the never-ending stream of appalling content from Farm Slot. Inquiring about her thoughts on this matter, she further expresses her penchant for genuine fan-generated content, although lamenting its increasing scarcity amidst a sea of mediocre productions. This sentiment holds true when exploring various social platforms, be it YouTube, Twitter, or any other medium where such content proliferates. If one were to search for the remarkable digital circus amidst this deluge, they would undoubtedly stumble upon an overwhelming abundance of substandard material, intermingled with a handful of impressive animations. Moreover, venturing onto the wrong corners of the internet might unearth certain creations that would hardly merit proud ownership. Essentially, Gooseworx offers her opinion, acknowledging her disdain for these content farm channels without resorting to copyright strikes or outright condemnation. Publicly, she emphasizes that it is in the best interest of the community to avoid watching content created solely for profit, while encouraging genuine fan-contributed material. This doesn't mean that any parodies or extensions of the amazing digital circus are inherently bad. Rather, she urges against endorsing those who prioritize monetary gain over artistic integrity. Certain content farm channels go as far as altering the lore of the amazing digital circus, introducing characters like Pom's sister or brother, thereby manipulating established personalities. In contrast, if one were to watch the pilot episode of the amazing digital circus, a genuine understanding of each character's unique traits would be acquired. For instance, Ratha exudes sweetness and empathy, Pommy is filled with anxiety and curiosity, and Kerr is simply eccentric, to put it mildly. Dedication to detail is a priority for Gooseworx and the animators, ensuring the integrity of the show. Every character's personality remains intact, with no deviations made solely for comedic purposes. The show's essence and atmosphere are preserved flawlessly. However, the content farm channels exploit any opportunity for views, often distorting the true nature of the characters. For instance, they might present a video where Kinger is portrayed as normal, discarding his current insane demeanor, or claim that Pom has abandoned her abstract tendencies, or even declare Jax as a newfound hero. These alterations have the potential to significantly impact one's perception of the captivating digital circus, which is detrimental, especially considering that we have several months until the release of Episode 2. Furthermore, the adverse effects of these channels extend beyond just the amazing digital circus. Other animated shows, like Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, have also fallen victim to this phenomenon due to the immense attention surrounding these content farm channels. Farms often resort to desperate measures to attract viewers, sacrificing quality in their animations by incorporating terrible voice acting and simplistic plots. This approach stems from pure greed rather than genuine passion, leaving a bad taste in the mouths of devoted fans. It's disheartening to witness their passion for beloved shows or games diminish due to the overwhelming amount of subpar content associated with them. However, the worst offender by far is Hornstromp, shamelessly exploiting every trendy topic to create animations. They boast an astonishing 15 channels, each with 1 million subscribers, constantly switching their focus to whatever is currently popular. For example, when Poppy's Playtime Chapter 3 is released,